Hello and welcome to Lesson 9 of SQL Language using Functions Part 1. Our objectives in this lesson will be to go over what is a function, the character functions, and datetime functions. A function basically is a rule for transforming any kind of data you want to put in into an output value. It's kind of like calculated, except functions, it's just easier to instead of doing all different kinds of calculations, functions just provide an easier way to code. Let's go over character functions. Examples we're going to go over are left, right, substring, ltrim, rtrim, upper, and lower functions. The first one we're going to go over is left. And left has two arguments. It's got a character value and a number of characters. And what it does is it returns the first, right, in the example we have 3, so it's going to return the first 3 characters going from the left side. And let's look and see what that looks like in our example. And we'll highlight, execute, and we'll see that it returns COM as the first 3 characters from the left. Now the right is going to do just the same thing, except it's going to go from to the right side. And you'll see it's TER on computer, left, or going from the right side. Our next character function is a substring function, and that's where you can get data from the middle of the character selection or expression. You're going to have in your substring function, you're going to have a character value, a starting position, and the number of characters you want. So in this example, it's going to go, your starting position is going to be at the 4th character, and it's going to get 5 characters after that. And we'll highlight. And we'll see that the starting position is A, and it goes to the 5 characters. The next 2 functions we'll go over are left trim and right trim. Left trim will trim the character spaces from the left side, and the right trim removes character spaces from the right side. And this is helpful if somebody input data and has a bunch of empty spaces in there, and when you're running a report, you don't see all those spaces in there. And I'll show you how that works. From left trim, and it just takes the space out, and on right trim, it'll show you the same thing because it took the spaces out from the right side. Now if you were to put spaces in here, it's going to include those character spaces in there. The next function we're going to go over is the upper and lower. Very self-explanatory. The upper will take any characters and put them in all uppercase. The lower will put them all in lowercase. See, upper. And you'll see where it put my name in all uppercase, and lower, all lowercase. The next function we're going to get now into is datetime functions. First function, select get date. All this does is it gets your current date and time. And this can be useful if you're doing updates and you want to set like a last updated on and you want to set it to your current date, you can use the select get date. And we'll see the current date and time. The next datetime function we're going to go over is the date part function. Now, this allows you to analyze any specified date and return a value to represent the date, the day of the week. And it will give you a numeric value of the date part of your month, the date part of your day, week, and the day of the week it is. And we'll see here, when you do month, it's going to return a value of 4 because the month is the 4th. On your day, it will give you a 28 because it's the 28th day of the month that you specified. On week, 17th day of the week, or 17th week in the year, and it's the 6th day of the week, starting from, because it goes from Sunday forward. The next function is useful, very useful, especially if you want to determine how much time has elapsed between two dates, and that's your date diff function. You're going to have three values. You're going to have your date part, which is the value you're going to compare. Then you're going to have your start date and your end date. And you can use year, quarter, month, day of year, day, month, hour, minute, and it goes even to the second. So let's see how that works. You're going to, how many months are in between these 2 days? You're going to see it's 1. How many days are in between these 2 dates? You'll see there's 58 days between March 1st and April 28th. How many weeks are in between these two? And you will see it's 8. And you should get a value of 0 because there's no year in between those. And that's going to be the end of the user function lessons for character and date time function. The next we will go over user functions part 2.